bring to you Philadelphia 76ers guard and Metroplex native Tyrese Maxey. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. And I just want to get this out of the way. I'll see you again tomorrow because your back to school block party is about 10 minutes away from my house. My house is right by HBJ Stadium and South Garland. So I am definitely familiar.
Yeah, you right up the street from me, man. You're right up the street from where my mom stays. You're right up the street from where my childhood home is, man. That's a good neighborhood.
What can
He also went to North Garland, so your thoughts on that?
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really have a problem with North Garland. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have any problems with North Garland. North Garland was cool, and no issues with North Garland. South and North Garland, I don't think they really had any problems.
It was the Owls and Naaman Forest that were the real problems.
Yeah. Look, my son just graduated from Garland High School, so I've really failed as a parent across the board in getting this thing right. But can you tell everybody, so tomorrow, 9 a.m. to noon, can you tell everybody where your event is, what it is, and how they can get involved?
Yeah, first of all, I'm just very honored and excited about this event. It was a quick one that we had to put together. The last 2-3 years I've been doing these camps, and this year I didn't know if I was going to go to USA basketball or not. I got hurt and different things like that, so I didn't know what the situation was, so I couldn't do my camps. So once I found out I wasn't going to USA, I wanted to do something, especially in Garland, to give back to the community. The camps it was going to take too long. It's a long process for that. But I told my mom, and they came to me with this idea of doing a block party at the Kroger that we used to shop at all the time. So it's like, I'm like, okay, cool. And then they went out and we got the sponsors and different things like that. And people, it just, I'm just very thankful for like all the different sponsors that are going to help us do things like this, because I always told my grandmother, who passed away before I entered the league, I was telling her, like, man, when I make it to the league, my biggest thing I want to do is just go back to my community and give back, because, I don't feel like there's anybody that's giving back to Garland. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's giving back to like Dallas and different things like that. But, that's one thing that I really want to do. And I feel like this event's going to be that.
So, Tyrese, when it comes to back in high school and choosing a school, you went to Kentucky recently. Cason Wallace, who's from Richardson, went to Kentucky, and I understand Kentucky's a great basketball school. Was there any kind of sense of, man, I kind of want to stay in the state of Texas, or were you just looking for the best opportunity to further kind of your basketball skills?
Yeah, for me, it was a little bit different. And I lived in Dallas and then moved to Garland. So I've been in Dallas and Garland area all my life, Texas all my life. I wanted the best opportunity for myself to grow as a person and as a player. And I think Kentucky gave me that. University of Kentucky gave me that. Coach Cal gave me that because I had to be away from my parents. I love my mom and dad so dearly. I was, a big time. I grew up in a 2-parent household. My grandmothers lived with me. My sisters lived with me. My uncle was always over there. So I was big on family. So if I wanted to take that next step, I needed to get away, get somewhere far away where I can't just, go drive, get in the car, hop in the car and drive 30 minutes down the road and see my mom and dad. I need to grow up a little bit, I felt like. And I feel like me going out there to the University of Kentucky, Coach Cal forced me to grow up, pretty early. And that was good for me. I feel like it was really good for me. And then just his track record, man, with the guards that he has. I just wanted to be a part of that brotherhood.
Now, both of my co-hosts here they were all about you whenever the Mavs were getting ready to draft. And they were like I was like, I kind of like the Sadiq Bey. I think you would go well with Luka. I think that would pair nicely. And they're like, this is the guy we want. We talked to Donnie Nelson right before the draft, and we were like, hey, you got to get this guy. Did it like that? That's
a true story. We go, hey, there's some local kids. Check out South Garland, and he goes, we're very well aware. So we really thought that was a tip off that they were going to draft you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That's I'm so happy and blessed to be where I am. Honestly, the opportunity that I had, I was presented in Philadelphia. I thank that organization every single time that I see them, just for the opportunity that they gave me and the chance they took on me. But I mean, it was right there. I think it was like three picks apart, 18 and 21. And things happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, man. And it's no hard feelings. I understand they did what they feel like was the best for their organization at the time. And I feel like the pick that they had, Josh Green, is working out just fine with them. He's playing well. He fits well with Luka. He defends well. And I feel like my pick in Philadelphia has gone pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's well, and that's what I was gonna say, man. Like you made that transition from college to the NBA look easy. Like Mike was like, every day he would come in and he'd be like, "Did you see what Tyrese Maxey did last night? I mean, just gosh." And so like that's like, every day he was talking about that. And so you made that look easy. Did it feel easy to go right into the NBA?
I say this. I was I got drafted during the COVID. The COVID year and the COVID draft and all that. So I was out out of basketball for like 9 months maybe. So just working. I mean, I didn't take any breaks for 9 months. Think about that during COVID. I was, of course, still being safe and all that, but like I was in the gym 3 times a day, every single day, Monday through Friday for 9 months straight. So I was in the best shape of my life. I was prepared. I had, was watching a lot of film. I didn't know where I was going, of course, like in the draft, but I was prepared for any scenario. My agents was preparing me. I was out there working out with Chris Johnson, worked out with Tim when I came home. I was lifting with, Al every single day, four times a week, recovery one day. And it was like, I was just so prepared for the moment. And then it's funny, once I got drafted, and it was time for me to go back. I don't know how, but somehow I ended up with COVID. So now I got to sit out. I can't, I'm late to training camp. So now I'm nervous because like I'm going into training camp after being in the best shape of my life. I'm going into training camp after not playing basketball for 14 days. So I've been sitting in my room. I couldn't do anything. I can't run. So I was worried about, being in shape. But thankfully I had, I put in all that work for those 9 months, and I came out there training camp, and I feel like I killed it. And the rest is history, man.
Tyrese Maxey joining us right now on 105.3 The Fan. One thing, Tyrese, I've noticed about your game as you've progressed in the NBA is Derek Harper says this sometimes. You got to know when to slow and know when to go. And I feel like as your NBA career has progressed, you're really good at now setting up by changing speeds, by slowing down, speeding up, slowing down. How long does that take to learn at an NBA level when you're playing against adults on how to set them up better than maybe a high school AAU game or a college game at Kentucky?
Yeah, it takes a while. It takes a lot of preparation. It takes a lot of film work, and also takes a lot of repetition, because if you're not playing in the game, it's hard to judge what the speed of the game is like. But thankfully, I had been playing a lot, and I got a lot of reps, and I got a lot of opportunities to try the things that I work out, not during the game or during the off season. I got the opportunity to try them in a game. So it's like, I think you get to a point where you get comfortable, and now you're trying to manipulate the defense. Now I'm trying to get to my spots. I'm not just reacting. I'm going off. I'm trying to dictate where I get to on the court, and without them dictating it. And it's like this summer I've really been working on not just beating them with my change of pace, but just manipulating them with my handle, manipulating them with my mind. That's the next steps for me in growing as a basketball player. Manipulating the defense with my mind, manipulating the defense with my moves, my handle, and just knowing where everybody is on the court for offensive purposes.
Now, since you are representing the Metroplex so well, you got the event at the Kroger off of 30 in Garland tomorrow. I want to talk more about that and your foundation in just a second, but I was hoping we could clear up some of these urban legends, and you can tell us factual
urban legends
or urban legends.
Okay,
I got
like
two of them for you, factual or non-factual. In 6th grade, you won the AAU City Championship in Garland, even though you had a broken pinky on one hand, by choosing to dribble with only your other hand.
Yeah, so it wasn't AAU. So this legend is almost very true. I was playing for my school team, in 6th grade, and we were playing a championship game, and I was playing good, whatever. And then in the second quarter, early in the second quarter, in the first quarter, I fell. I went man left, and I fell on my finger. I think I jammed it. And then the second quarter, I fell again, and I fell, and I'm like, nah, it's not jammed. My best friend at the time, he wasn't playing on my team. We didn't go to the same school at the time. He was on the sideline. So I go over to him, and I'm like, bro, I think my finger's jammed or it's broken or something. And he's like, oh, I think it's jammed. Let me pull it. Oh. So he pulls it, and I'm like, what the? Hey, Jim. So I'm like, at this point, okay, all right, whatever. I go back out there. I'm playing the beginning of the third quarter, and I'm going. Somebody tried to cut me off, and I try to go behind my back and dribble with my left hand, the finger that's broken. And the ball, like I dribble it, and the ball literally just goes out of bounds. And I'm like, oh, my finger. I look up and I'm like, yeah, my finger's broke. Because the second time I broke it before. So like now I'm just going through the game and I'm just like literally playing with my right hand. And I end the game with like 46 points. And the reason why we really lost this game is because like, you know how at the end of the game, like you're supposed to dribble out the clock, but I couldn't, oh, I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. I couldn't, can y'all see me?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, I couldn't dribble out the clock with one hand.
Oh man.
So like I had to pass to some teammates and we missed some free throws and we ended up losing like at the buzzer or whatever. But like we were in that game. If I have two hands, I can hold the ball. I couldn't hold the ball. I had to it was bad. It was bad. But it was fun, man. It's a fun story to tell, man. It was
okay. So urban legend number 1, true.
Okay,
and
that's
a fun
true.
Story. Urban legend number 2 is going to be tougher. Tyrese Maxey, is it in fact true that your favorite basketball player as a child was Dwayne Wade, who was hated in the Metroplex?
He's definitely hated. He's definitely hated. I know. He was definitely my favorite player, though, for sure. He was my favorite player. The way he played the game was amazing to me, man. It was amazing to me. It's funny because people probably don't remember this. I was young, but my uncle was a Mavericks fan, right? But I was a Dwayne Wade fan. I had Dwayne Wade jersey. In 2006, I went to the he played. So games 3 and 4 were in Miami, if I remember correctly.
Yep. In
2006, and I went to the watch party at the American Airlines, and I had on the Dwayne Wade jersey.
Oh my God.
At the watch party at the it was outside right there in front of it.
Yeah, Victory Plaza. Yeah.
Yep, I was right there in front of it. So it was that's a good memory. But yeah, Dwayne Wade's my favorite player, man. I think he's about to get inducted to the Hall of Fame. So shout out to him as well, man. He's been a great mentor to me now and a great person. I talked to him a few times, and I appreciate him.
Well, as a matter of fact, both he and Dirk go in tomorrow.
Dirk,
There's the ceremony. How does Tyrese Maxey get into the Hall of Fame?
Oh,
that's something that's down the road, man. I think right now we're just working on Tyrese Maxey getting 1% better every single day. Find ways to fine-tune your game, find the ways to maximize your ultimate potential. I tell people all the time, like, my goal in this basketball world and just life in general is to maximize and be the best version of Tyrese Maxey I can possibly be, man. I don't want to be able to say 20 years from now when I'm done playing, I'm talking to, I don't know, my future kids or anybody, and I'm saying like, man, if I just worked a little bit harder, if I just went to the gym 2 more times, I don't want to be able to say that. I want to be able to say, however far I got in life or however far I got in basketball, this is as far as I could go. It was the top of the top.
There was nothing left.
I had nothing left. I had nothing left to give. I gave everything, single thing I had. And wherever that I typed out at, my potential is for that, I'm happy with that because I know for a fact I gave everything I had.
Now, since you brought it up, do you have kids now, or did you just put pressure on future Tyrese Maxey to have kids? Because you just said your future kids. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, well, I have no indications on having any kids right now. I have a dog. I have a 170-pound dog, and that's who I call my son. What? So that's for right now. That's all I need. I love my son to death, and it's actually funny. I've been to LA for the last month, and he was out here with the trainer, and I get him back today. So I'm extremely excited about that.
Now, did you grow up a football fan at all, Tyrese?
Yeah, you come on now. Listen, I'm from Dallas, Texas. My mom made me play football. I played football all the way up to I was about to get ready to play in high school as well, in middle school. My mom made me stop. So you got to pick one. It's just too much for me. So I picked basketball. But yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan for sure. And it's funny being in Philly because they love me. They love me all the way up to that day they play the Cowboys. Then they hate me.
So
we had that with Jalen Brunson. He's the opposite. He's a big Eagles fan who was obviously a Maverick for a while.
Man, what an interesting dynamic. You play in Philly and love the Cowboys. You're from the Metroplex and love Dwayne Wade. Man, you just stirred up.
I'm just all over the place. I'm doing all type of stuff at this point.
So I can remember this, Tyrese. I played Major League Baseball, and the Philadelphia Phillies fans wanted to fight all of the family members that were with the Washington Nationals at one point because of a hit-by-pitch situation. And I've been to a 76ers game back when like Evan Turner was a really good player for them, and then people almost fought in the stands that I was around too. And I'm wondering, I know Philly fans are very passionate and you love Philly fans, and they can be very tough to play against when you're on the visiting team. Take out Philadelphia. Where's the toughest building that you've played at where the fans are very into the game and can make a difference?
So, I mean, I would say probably number one, maybe Boston. Boston is a crazy environment, especially in the playoffs. It's so much fun to play in, though, man. It's hostile. The fans, Boston and Philadelphia, the history. So the fans, they hate you by committee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we hear.
But I think the craziest environment that I played in was my second year, and so this is my first year starting in the playoffs. I played in the playoffs my rookie year, but I came off the bench. I still play a lot of minutes, but it's a little bit different. So I started this year, and the first game one at home, I had like 38. Second game, I had like 25. So then we go to game 3 where it shifts, and I get there and I touch the ball for the first time, and they're booing me. I'm like, what did I do? I didn't even. Why am I getting booed? What's going on here? And then another quick story. I ordered food to the hotel room, and I have like order under an alias, and I go downstairs to pick it up, and the dude hands me his food, like the dash or whatever. He hands me the food, and he says, "If I knew this food was for you, I would have spit it." I was like,
"Wow!" Never tell him your name.
But it was like, it was all love, man. He laughed about it, but I think those two right there are probably two of the toughest environments I played in, but it's just so much fun.
Tyrese Maxey here with the K&C Masterpiece on 105.3 The Fan, and we'll get to the foundation in just a second. I did want to ask, though, and I'm going to try and stay as far away from tampering as possible, all right?
Oh, my goodness.
This is just general NBA-type stuff.
Good luck.
When you look at the Mavericks and you look at Luka and Kyrie and those two together, and I know the Mavericks and Philly played last year. I know you got to see that combination a little bit. How does that work together? What's the best way for those two to make that team something special?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be better this year. It's hard to put a team together like that. It's hard to put a combination together like that on the fly. Extremely hard for, they're two ball-dominant guys. But the one thing about Kyrie is he's played with Bron, he's played with KD, he's played with those guys, you know what I'm saying? So he knows how to play off the ball. He knows how to play on the ball. He knows how to, be recipient, like a Batman or a Robin to those guys. He can do both. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him do both. So it's like, that would really help him. And then Luka, I feel like he's getting like the best shape of his life. We've seen like all the stuff that everybody's been posting, and he's about to play the USA team soon as well. So, Luka's Luka. I mean, he's just really good at basketball at the end of the day. So I feel like they have the right pieces. They're going to try to go in the right direction as they can. Hey, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Kyrie signing back is huge for them. After, they traded for him and they wanted him as a guy that they want, and him signing back and him being the backcourt man with Luka.
Now,
it'll be big time for them.
Tyrese, your back-to-school block party tomorrow. It's 532 West Interstate 30 in Garland. Mm-hmm. It's from 9 a.m. to noon. I'm hearing that you got a DJ, food, school supplies, haircuts. Is this factually accurate?
Yes, that's factual, man. That's factual. And just kudos and shout out to the foundation, and like I said, shout out to New Balance, Washbox, Stroman. There's so many people that made this happen in a quick manner, and I really appreciate them, man. And even our foundation, shout out to my mom, my uncle, and everybody, the whole team that works on tirelessly to make these things possible. I come at them with some crazy suggestions, and I know they're probably looking at like, how can we make that happen in such short notice? But like I said, man, my grandmother, before she passed away, that was one thing she asked of me, man, to give back to where I'm from. And I didn't have this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have this when I was growing up. I didn't have it. My mom had to supply for me at schools and different things like that. So I want to be able to be there. And my thing is, like, I always want to be at my events. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be – that's why I wasn't sure if I was going to do the camps or not, because it means more if you're there to me. I mean, honestly, like I want the people, I want, the kids and the families to be able to touch me. And, it just means more to me, honestly. And, it's a good moment for me, a good moment for my family. I always bring, all of my family members out to help me, my nieces and my sisters, my best friends, everybody like that. Because I want everybody to see that, this is real. This is not like, just putting on a facade. This is, we mean this. We love these people. I love my Garland community. I love my Philly people too. And they know that. And I'll be giving back to them as well, like I always do during the season. So wherever I'm at, and I'm trying to keep giving back.
I only have one more thing because I see you wearing the New Balance hoodie. And I have two boys that play basketball. 15 and 13 years old. I've loved this interview. I've loved watching you play. If I go to New Balance right now, are there Tyrese Maxey New Balance shoes?
No. There's not Tyrese Maxey New Balance shoes, actually. So I have like a PE player edition where they put like my initials and my name, or my number on them. But the shoes that if you're going to buy your son some basketball shoes or whoever some basketball shoes, you get two ways. Those are the shoes that I wear in the game. So it's the same shoe. It's just mine are a little bit different. Mine are a little bit more personal, but it's the same exact shoe, and it's a great basketball shoe. It's funny growing up in Dallas. You wouldn't think a kid from Dallas would sign a deal with New Balance, but it's a great brand, man. Family oriented brand. I really appreciate them. They have the same type of vision that I have as far as giving back, as far as being a family oriented, just organization, man. It's been really great. And I really do appreciate them. They've been amazing. Shout out to them.
Well, and shout out to you. We've gotten a ton of positive feedback, including somebody who said they're on the board for the Garland Sports Hall of Fame, and they will make sure to get you into that. And shout out, yeah, that's right. Shout out for the event tomorrow. I'm going to come out there with my older son for sure. We will see you out there. I know a lot of people are going to be at the Kroger 9 a.m. to noon, but for anybody who can't be there, should they just go to TyreseMaxey.com and click on the foundation to get more information about your foundation, or what would you suggest?
Yes, for sure. Do that. And if you have time, if you have 5 minutes, you can just stop by. My mom will be out there. Say hi. I'm pretty sure there's somebody that can give you some more information. If it's me, if you see me, hey, holler at me and I'll holler back. I promise you I will. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we there's nobody that we're not trying to give back to. Nobody that we're not trying to help. We're not trying to turn away anybody. Just got to control it at a certain point. But if we can help every single person that needed us help, we definitely would. And that's our plan too. And try to reach out and touch everybody and give back as much as possible.
Dude, that is fantastic. Awesome, 9 a.m. to noon tomorrow, 532 West Interstate 30 in Garland for the back to school block party. Man, we appreciated having you on. I know you got Philly media commitments, I'm sure, all the time, but we would love to have you back anytime.
You're always welcome, dude.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. My Philly people, they may get mad at me. They probably think I'm cheating on them. I love them to death, though, man. I love them to death, man. They're great people as well.
Hey, I'm a Garland guy. Yeah. You were here first, all right? So
I was. You're right.
All right.
Right. That's why I tell my Philly people, I can't, I love, It's always Cowboys first, and then it's Eagles. Then we'll go with that.
I love it. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Thank you very much for the time, good sir.
All right, y'all. Y'all be safe.
Bye, Tyrese.